Oh, fantastic, fantastic. Okay, you can hear me. That's beautiful. So let's get started while we wait for other people to join us. All right. So today I want to be talking about the 1% gang and how we can join that particular group. I think in some of my posts before now, I've mentioned the fact that if you want to join that gang, you must be earning minimum of 1 million naira per month. You must be earning minimum of 1 million naira per month, and of course to earn 1 million naira per month, it depends on individual perspective, how you see it. Okay, so it depends on how you see it. To earn 1 million naira per month, somebody has to be strategic, and you got to know at least there are several universal laws. There are several universal laws that one needs to learn, master, and consciously engaged. But there are 3 of them that are very, very critical. Very, very critical. I wouldn't know if you have heard about the law of attraction before. Is the secondary law. We have the law of vibration, the primary law, which states that everything moves and that we live in the ocean of motion. We live in the ocean of motion. Shegun, thank you for joining us this evening. You are welcome. I'm so excited to see you this evening. Okay, so you have to learn the law of vibration, that everything moves, including something that seems static. Being static is actually an illusion. Everything moves, and the thing moves. We live in the ocean of motion, and that's why we cannot afford to be static in life. We can't afford not to make progress. Progress is the order of life. That is how our life is structured. That's how our universe is designed, that we should always be on the move. And the primary law that I want to focus on as one of the fundamental law I want to talk about this evening is the law of attraction, which states that we attract into our life the predominant thought. We bring into reality the predominant thought in our mind. So whatever it is that we are holding in our mind, it becomes our experience. Whatever we are holding on in our mind, whatever we are focusing on in our mind, will become our experience. It will actually become our experience. And what that simply means that if somebody wants to begin to earn minimum of 1 million naira per month, what should be on your mind is that 1 million naira per month. I want to make 1 million naira per month. The person may be making 20,000 naira per month at the moment. He may be making 50,000 naira per month. He may be making 100,000 naira per month. Whatever it is that person is making per month should not be the object of focus. What should be the object of focus is what the person wants, not what the person is going through, not what the person is experiencing. As a matter of fact, the person may even be in debt. So the 1% gang, the 1% of the world population that controls the 96% of the earth resources, they understand these principles and they consciously engage it. They understand the fact that if they want to bring anything into their life, if they want to bring anything into reality in their life, they need to fix their mind on that thing. It means that you don't necessarily need to fix your mind on the circumstances, on your environment, on the situation, on the predominant subject of discussion in your environment. But what you actually need to fix your mind on is what you want. Oh, Eloy Investment, Engineer Wale Imodu, you are welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. Okay, so what you need to focus on is what you want, and that is the law of attraction. So the longer you can focus on that thing, how long you can hold on to that thought, despite the contradictory situations and circumstances around you. The circumstances around you may be saying opposite of what you are holding on in your mind. So, but you must fix your mind on that particular thing. And in this context, we'll be looking at the principles of success as relate to these 3 fundamental laws. And the number one law that I want to talk about, which I'm explaining right now, is the law of attraction. Is the law of attraction. So you need to learn how to deliberately and intentionally put what you want in your mind, and you focus your mind on it. You focus your mind on what you want. For example, somebody that is into marketing and sales, because that's the most important job that anybody can be involved in. As a matter of fact, if you are not a good salesperson, you cannot even ask a lady out. If you are not a good salesperson, you cannot sell your product or your services. If you are not a good salesperson, you will not even be accepted in your community. So it's very, very important that we develop that sales skills. I mean marketing and sales. I love to put it together because, marketing is about creating the awareness. You are creating awareness for your product or for your services. It's very, very important that you do your marketing as well. But sales is bringing in the money. You are selling. You are generating results. You are producing results. So the law of attraction is all about you fixing your mind on what you want. Fixing your mind on what you want. So you may be going through some other things, but if what you are going through is not what you want, you have to intentionally shift your attention from that which you are going through. It sounds simple, but it's not simple. It's not simple. So that's about the law of attraction. The second law you also need to engage is the principles of autosuggestion. And the principles of autosuggestion is all about what you are telling yourself. What you are telling yourself. Your voice is the most popular voice in your life. Your voice is the most dominant voice in your life. Your voice is the most influential voice in your life. So what you are telling yourself will determine the direction of your life and the outcome of your life. So on your consistent basis, you need to be saying what you want to yourself. You can be saying, so many people, they call it positive affirmation. So what you are saying to yourself on a consistent basis determines what you are going to experience. So the second principle, the second law is the law of auto-suggestion. Some persons that are somehow religious, they would rather go to their pastor and have their pastor speak into their life. Of course, it's very good, it's very nice. But the voice of your pastor is not as available to you as your own voice. Your own voice is always with you. Your voice is always with you. You could access your pastor's voice or whoever voice when you probably go to the synagogue or to the church auditorium during the church services and all of that. But your own voice is always with you 24/7. And what you are thinking about, what you are ruminating about, what you are meditating about, what you are thinking on a consistent basis, and what you are saying to yourself will determine the direction of your life. So you need to learn to be saying positive affirmation to yourself, what you actually want. I earn $1 million on monthly basis. I'm now so happy and excited now that $1 million is coming into my life on a continuous basis. I earn money easily. Money comes to me frequently. I don't struggle to make money. So when you are saying such things into your life, what you are doing actually is that you are reprogramming your subconscious mind. Because most of our actions, most of our attitude, most of the things that we do, they stem out from our subconscious mind. So it's not you that determines the direction of your life, but the programming, the paradigm that you have. The question is, what are paradigm? Paradigm are multitude of other people's attitude passed from one generation to another. So things that you have heard in your environment, in your community, in your society, in your constituency, all those things, they become a kind of they set you on autopilot. So they determine what comes into your life. They determines your attraction level. They determines what you experience, what you have bias towards, what you want to do. Okay, they determine what you want to do. So you need to consciously program your subconscious mind such that it's all about what you want. So you focus on what you want, and then you also speak what you want to yourself on a consistent basis. You don't say it once in a while, and you don't say it by mistake. You are deliberate. You are conscious about it. You are doing it deliberately. In fact, you can say thank you. You say gratitude. You are grateful. You say things like that. So when you are doing that on a consistent basis, you are structuring your life. You are building a structure for your life in such a way that this structure will definitely put you in the top 1%. Yes, you will be among the 1% that controls 96% of Earth resources. In other words, that means you are living your life in such a way that money will never be your problem. So the principle number 1 is the law of attraction, which states that you need to fix your mind on what you want. And then after fixing your mind on what you want, you also need to take it further by trying to visualize how you will feel when you have what you want, and begin to feel that way even while you are focusing on what you want. That feeling is very, very important. As a matter of fact, it's the feeling that will activate the reception of that thing that you are focusing your mind on into your life. It means that when you focus your mind on what you want, when you focus your mind on what you want, you are sending the signal of what you want into the universe. When you begin to sustain the feeling, of what you want, you are bringing that thing that you want into your life. You are attracting it. So fixing your mind on what you want is like saying what you want. It's like requesting for it. But when you begin to feel, you are bringing it into your life. That is the law of attraction. And then the second law is the law of auto-suggestion. The law of auto-suggestion. You must be speaking what you want into your life on a consistent basis. And the third law, or the third principle that I want to share with us this evening, is the principles of mastermind. The principle of mastermind. And the principle of mastermind, it's all about, bringing the people that you admire their results. The people that you admire their results, you begin to, they could be people that are still probably alive, people that are alive that you can access. They could come from your family and friends, the people that you trust, the people that you know that they have your interest at heart. Those category of people, you bring them into your inner caucus, and then you begin to deliberate on your intention, on your goals, on your dreams, on your vision, on the things that you intend to achieve. But it's not a must that these people should be people that are alive. It could be people that are dead. You just imagine them. You imagine yourself brainstorming with them. But what is important is that they have to be people that you trust, people that are probably more intelligent than you, or people that have strength in the area that you have weaknesses. But you must very, very sure that they have your interest at heart, and they will not sabotage you. They will not betray you at any point in time. These people are the people that you are going to be brainstorming with. You are going to be asking them questions about, how to move to the next level of your life. When you begin to consciously engage these 3 basic principles, there are several of them. We still have the principles of sowing and reaping. What you sow, you reap. What you give, you receive. That's another principle. But the principles that I want to focus on this evening is the principles of the law of attraction, the principles of auto-suggestion, and then thirdly, the mastermind group. You have a mastermind group. You can call the people of your inner caucus or inner circle, the people that you share ideas with, you share your deep intention with, and all of that. And then these people must be people that are trustworthy. Okay, that's that. And I'm going to be quickly moving into the real estate aspects of our business. Adenuga Gbola, thank you for joining us. You are welcome. And then I can see Consult 2015. You are welcome. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so how it relates to our property business, these principles that I've discussed, these three basic universal principles, you can apply it in any industry, in any business that you are currently doing. But every of our broadcasts, every of our presentation, we always channel it to real estate business and how people can do real estate business from their mobile phone, from the comfort of their room. You know, as part of our support for our property consultant is this broadcast, is this live broadcast. It's part of our support. You can invite people that you expect them to join your team, because this broadcast is also a channel to help you grow your team, the people that you are going to be brainstorming about this real estate business with. So, and I've said it over and over again, even in our last broadcast, that there is need for you to build your team. You cannot see a millionaire that work alone and build his company alone. Even all the MDs, all the CEOs, all the people that are their employee, they are their team members. So, but because of our age and time, most people, they are not going to be picking up a job again. They are going to be working in a remote format. These people are going to be working from the comfort of their home, from the comfort of their offices. So we are going to have a lot of freelancers working with you. And that option is very, very brilliant, because you can tap into people's intelligence, into people's brilliancy, people that are not even within your geographical location. Very, very essential. So how it relates to real estate business is that you need to fix your mind on you selling property on a consistent basis. You see, some people have done presentation for them about property business, and they will tell me that they don't have contacts, that they don't have connection, that it takes connection to begin to make sales. Do you know what? It is true that it takes connection to make sales, but they are also a living magnet. That is what they don't know. Every human being walking on the face of the earth is a living magnet. As a matter of fact, everything that is in your life right now, whether it is joy, whether it is peace, whether it is excitement, whether it is happiness, whether it is sorrow, whether it's depression, whether it's debt, you've attracted them into your life. It's so amazing. You've attracted everything into your life. So what does that mean? You are a living magnet. You can attract the people. But the beginning is to begin to consciously engage the principles of the law of attraction. You see yourself selling property to people. You see people coming to you, making inquiries about landed property, especially in the area of your own interest where you are selling, that people are coming to me, people are making inquiries about my real estate business, and I'm sending I'm sending the office direction to them, and they come for the site visitation, and then when they get to the site, they love the property because the property is going to increase the level of their wealth. When you begin to have that kind of mindset, before you know it, you begin to attract that kind of people. Because the truth is, there are that order of people, that kind of people in the society, you know, but they are mixed up with other people that also want to acquire property, but maybe not in that location. So, but when you begin to sustain that kind of mindset, you begin to attract the people that are meant for you, the people that are meant to patronize your product and your services. So you are channeling your energy, into what is important to you. That's exactly what you are doing. So it's very, very important that if you are telling yourself that you don't have connection, that you don't know people, you can see you are using the principle of the auto-suggestion, but you are using it against yourself, probably because you don't know. But this law does not recognize whether you know it or not. It is playing out in your life. So if somebody say property business is not for me because I don't know the people who can buy property from me, that person is invariably saying that he cannot prosper doing real estate business. Imagine, I've talked to some people and they said that I cannot do the real estate business in Lagos because I'm not living in Lagos. And guess what? Somebody saw my advert online and this person lives in Finland, and he sent his mother to come and make inquiries about the property, to check the property on his behalf, and this guy bought 2 plots from Finland. So it's not a function of where you are. It's a function of the buyer, where the buyer wants to buy. So you can be in Abuja, you can be in Kano, you can be in Kaduna, you can be in Ilorin, you can be anywhere in Lagos, and you are selling. Because it's not about where you are. It's about where the client wants the property. I hope you get that, because that is very, very essential, very, very powerful. It's not about your location. You can be in Abuja and be selling property in Lagos. Bear in mind, you are selling property to the people that want property in Lagos. You may be in Lagos and not be selling property in Lagos. So it's not a function of I would have joined the business if I'm in Lagos. You know, our world now is a global village, and as such, people are joining the business from all over the world. You don't need to be in Lagos to do the business. All you have to do is to show keen interest and believe in yourself that you can do it. Once you believe in yourself that you can do the business will begin to scale in your hand. And once you believe that you can do the business, that's when you begin to take action on the business. You begin to take action. You begin to take corresponding action. You begin to talk to people about the opportunity. So you engage that principle by focusing on people coming to you to buy plot of land from you. That's how you apply the principles of the law of attraction in your business. And another thing that you need to know about our real estate business is that most of our landed property are located in a residential community. They are located in places that when people get there, when they get to the site, they will love it. The only reason they may not probably buy is if they don't have the money. But if they have the money, they are going to buy. Now, hear this. When you try to sell our landed property to the people within your circle of influence, let's go practical now. We have Splendor Estate at Odiomi in Ibejuleki, and this Splendor Estate property is located in a residential community, and currently that land is selling for 750,000 naira. The actual price of that land is 1 million naira, but we are running a promo on that land, so it's currently going for 750,000 naira. Now, this same land, we were selling it even as at December last year. We were selling it for 400,000 naira. Did you hear that? As at December 2019, that land was selling for 400,000 naira. And some couple of persons, they bought it for that 400,000 naira. And I can guarantee you, before the end of this year, that land will be selling for 1.5 million naira. No doubt about it. It's going to be selling for 1.5 million naira. But let's even take a practical case of study of some of our clients that have bought the landed property for 400,000 naira and now it's selling for 750,000 naira. That is almost 100% returns on investment. Almost 100% returns. Almost 100% returns on investment. Now, the consultant that brought the buyer hence 10% commission. Did you hear that? 10% commission on the sales of that land, which is 40,000 naira. The consultant earns 40,000 naira as commission. Now, the client that bought the landed property already have the profit of 350,000 naira on the landed property. So why am I saying this? I'm saying this to tell you that it's the client that gets to earn more. It's the client that gets to earn more from this deal, because the client, the consultant earned 40,000 naira, the client is already on 350,000 naira profit. We all know that the company would not have bought the land for 50,000 naira. So even right now, the client is already at a higher profit than both the company and the client. So the real estate business is a win-win game. When you help people to buy landed property, you are helping them to create wealth for themselves. That's what I'm saying. So don't see yourself as a salesperson. See yourself as a wealth creator. See yourself as a job creator. In one of our locations, Splendor Estate at Imokun in Ekpe, that land, one of our clients that bought the landed property from us bought that land for 750,000 naira, and currently that land is selling for 950,000 naira. This client has started building his own house on that plot, and when doing his construction, he bought sand, he bought granite, he engaged a construction engineer that helped him to put the house in order, that helped him to construct the 3-bedroom flat that he built on his own plot. That is job creation. So you are a job creator when you get into real estate business. So real estate business is the bedrock of the economy. So I don't know what could be your limitation. I want to ask this question from the participants this evening, that if you have joined the business, the real estate business, what do you think is your limitation? Why do you think you are not selling? You know, maybe if you have not sold. I'm not talking about the people that have sold. I hope you guys can hear me. If you can hear me, say I can hear you, or yes, we can hear you, so that I will know that we are still together. Okay? So if you have any question, if you have any challenge, you can just type it so I can quickly address it as I make this presentation. All right? So if you are into real estate business, you are a job creator. You are a wealth creator. You are creating wealth for people. And one thing about people living in their own house is that it brings comfort. It brings rest. You know, there is a kind of rest that people have when they are living in their own house. And when you encourage people to buy their own landed property, you encourage them. Okay, thank you, Adenuga, for that response. Okay, when you help them to own their own landed property, you have done one of the best things for them. In fact, you are also helping them to save cost. You are helping them to save cost. I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. It is good to pay rent, but it is better to collect the rent. It is good to pay rent, but it is better to collect the rent. So when you are helping people to own landed property, you are helping them to collect the rent instead of paying the rent. So it's very, very essential. So don't see yourself as a salesperson. Don't see yourself as somebody that is at their mercy. No, you are helping them to create wealth. So when you begin to see yourself in this light, you begin to see yourself in a kind of, elevated order. So you are seeing yourself as a solution provider, because you are not like a solution provider. You are actually a solution provider. Mr. Solomon, thank you for joining us. We are so excited to receive you. Okay, so you are a solution provider. You are providing solution to the people. So, okay, it's very, very important that you understand that. Then one other thing that I want to emphasize again is the fact that most of our landed property, the one at Splendor Estate Odiomi in Ibejuleki, Splendor Estate at Imokun in Ekpe, those landed property are located in a residential community, and they are fast selling products. When people get there, they dive into the opportunity, they buy the landed property, and as I've said earlier, by on or before December this year, that land will be selling for 1.5 million naira. So imagine you help somebody to plug into that kind of opportunity, and that person paid just within the next 7 months, the property has appreciated over 100% interest. The person will forever be grateful to you for what you have done for him. So what I'm saying in essence is that whatever you are doing, the real estate business model we are introducing to you, you can be doing it alongside your existing business. If you are an employee in a company, you don't need to quit your job. If you are a business owner, you have a business you are running, you don't need to quit your business. Okay, so all you have to do is to just be doing this in addition to what you are already doing. You don't need to quit your job, and that's what makes the business so fantastic. All you have to do is to be generating lead, and the lead you are generating, you don't need to begin to move from office to office to go and look for customers. No, all you have to do is to begin to let the people within your circle of influence, in your social media contact, on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on WhatsApp, to know that you can help them get and secure a landed property that is located in the fastest growing community. That's all you have to do. And as you do that, maybe you are sending a broadcast to people and they are not responding. You don't need to be discouraged. You don't need to be discouraged, because persistence is the name of the game. I remember one of the sales that I made about 2 years ago. The client that bought that landed property from me has been receiving my broadcast, my WhatsApp broadcast, for over 2 years. And guess what? During the last 2 years that he has been receiving my broadcast, before he responded, he has never responded for once. Not even with "I see your message." Not even with "okay." Just typing K as a response. This guy has never responded. The first time he will respond was a call that, Mr. Daniel, I saw your message about landed property that is located at Akodo. He said, I'm interested in that property. And I also saw the one that he said is located at Bolorunpelu. I'm going to send one of my trusted friends to come and check it on my behalf. And based on his report, I'm going to act accordingly. And he sent somebody, the person came on his behalf, checked the landed property, and the person strongly recommended the property. And that was how he paid for the plot. In fact, he paid for the one located at Akodo Ise, not the one that his friend checked on his behalf. His friend checked the land at Bolorunpelu. He couldn't check the one at Akodo Ise, but he paid for the one at Akodo Ise. Did you see that? But I was able to make that sales because I didn't give up. Because I didn't quit. One of the foremost guys said, the genius thing that we have ever done is that we didn't give up. So, because this does not cost you anything, it's just about talking to people. Maybe they will respond within a week or within a month. I don't know. But what I know for sure is that if you keep talking to them about the property, about the opportunity, about the advantages, one day they are going to respond positively. And it's going to pay off for all your effort, for all your investment in the business. All right? Excuse me. Okay, so that is that about the business. And then please also remember that you don't need to come out of your room or from the comfort of your office to take any of your interested clients on site inspection. Not at all. All you have to do is to send our contact to the client. Let the client reach out to us, and then we'll bring the client to the site. We'll show him the site. Once he's interested and he make the payment, you get your own commission within 24 hours. The business is as simple as that. Your only job is lead generation. Nothing more, nothing else. Then please, if you are on this broadcast, I want to introduce you to one of the apps that we have been using to design different things, different kinds of flyers for the purpose of our, campaign on social media and all of that, because online is where we have space now. Okay, very, very important. A lot of people may not be on this broadcast probably because they don't have data, and that is unheard of. That's just the truth. The reality of our today's world is that everyone must have data to always be on the internet. Yes, because that is where we have the borderlessness. That's where they have the limitlessness. Because unlimited, the internet space is unlimited. And you cannot afford not to be on the internet. It's very, very essential that we are always on the internet. Very, very essential. I understand that it could be somehow expensive for some people. And that's why it's very, very essential. And it's very, very dangerous for anyone to be living on one stream of income. Please, if you are on this broadcast and you are currently living on one stream of income, it's very, very important that you add additional source of income to your existing sources of income. Nnamdi, thank you for joining us. I'm so excited to receive you on this live broadcast. Okay, so please always ensure that you are always on this live broadcast, and then you are inviting people that you want them to be in your team, because you cannot afford to be doing the business alone. Somebody said if you have a robust team, there's no such thing as maybe somebody is doing you from your village. Because even if they are doing you, they cannot be doing the people in your team. So you can see, did you hear that? So it's very, very essential that you develop your team. Very, very important. Very, very important that you build your team. And that is where your sales will come from. That is where your multiple sources of income will come from. Because for you to begin to earn $1 million per month, you need to have a lot of people working with you. If you check all the millionaires, if you check all the billionaires, one thing you discover is that none of them is working alone. None of them is working alone. They must have employees. And those employees are their team members. They are the people furthering their, personal and their corporate agenda. So very, very important. So you may not have enough financial resources to hire people on full time to be on your payroll. And that's why you have to go with a guerrilla tactics, by going through bringing them into your team as a freelancer. And as they make effort to sell, they earn 10% direct commission, and then you earn 5% indirect commission as their upline. And a day as their success line, they get the benefit of you guiding them on how to do the business. Then another essential thing about our ESP homes is the fact that we do instant physical allocation upon completion of payment. I mentioned earlier that some of our clients have started developing their property on our estate. Did you get that? And that makes our business to be so unique. One, our landed property are located in a residential community. Two, we do instant physical allocation upon completion of payment. Why are we doing instant physical allocation? Very simple. Because we want people to come and then begin to develop their plots. Because as more people come and develop their plots within the estate, the value of the plots within the estate will begin to go up. And that's why we are so sure that before the end of this year, that Splendor Estate Odiomi will definitely be selling for 1.5 million naira. And that's why if you have any family and friends, the best time for them to dive into the opportunity is right now. The best time to dive into the opportunity is right now. So please, in summary, you want to join the 1% gang, you have to be consciously engaging at least 3 basic universal laws. The number 1 law is the law of attraction, and the number 2 law is the law of auto-suggestion, and the number 3 law is the law of mastermind group. Very, very essential. Then the extra one is the law of sowing and reaping. When you sow bountifully, you reap bountifully. And when I talk about sowing, I'm not talking about sowing in terms of giving a prophetic offering to a pastor. No, that's not what I'm talking about. If you believe in that, that's fine. But what I'm saying is that what you give, you will receive. What you give, you will receive. If you give something of extreme value, you will receive something of extreme value. That's what I'm saying. So when you give something of value to people, you will receive something of value. You can see, somebody that is selling a plate of food, for instance, for 500 naira. So when he gives that kind of value to people, they give him the equivalent value of 500 naira. I'm not against selling a plate of food for 500 naira. It's just for the purpose of illustration. But when you are selling something worth, like for example now, the Splendor Estate I told you that is selling for 750,000 naira, is of higher value than that. So you will receive that sums of money. So what I'm saying in essence is that you should try to do something big. Do something big. Don't say real estate is not for you. Don't say you cannot do it. You see, when you are saying that you cannot do it, you are practicing the principles of auto-suggestion, but you are doing it in a negative way. Instead for you to say real estate business is for me, and as I step into the business, I understand the business and I begin to do it very well. I begin to produce enviable results in the industry. I begin to generate results. I begin to sell. I make sales on a consistent basis in real estate business. People that I know, they buy property from me. So when you are saying stuff like that, if you are telling yourself something like that, you can call it affirmation. But the principle you are practicing, the law you are engaging, is actually the law of auto-suggestion. So when you are doing that, you are programming your subconscious mind to produce results for you in the area of real estate industry, and it's going to produce results for you. So, but if you are telling yourself that the business is not for you, then if you try to do the business, you won't succeed, you won't get results, you won't make sales. So it's very, very important that we understand these principles and then we are consciously engaging them. So please, I'm going to communicate to us on our various platforms, maybe on WhatsApp or on Facebook or on Instagram. I'm going to reach out to us on our next meeting. So thank you so much for joining us in this broadcast. And please, if you don't take anything out, please don't forget the 3 basic law, universal law, that you need to begin to engage for you to join the 1% gang. The law of attraction, the principles of auto-suggestion, and the mastermind group. Okay, very, very important. And you also need to understand why our plot sells. It sells because our landed property are located in existing community. In fact, one of our landed property is facing a third road in a residential community. The land is located at Ekpe. So, and when people get to that kind of location, it's accessible, it's in a residential community, they don't have option but to buy the land. Okay, and then we also do instant physical allocation. And what makes this entire business model to be automated for you 100%, that you don't even need to step out of your room to run this business, the fact that you don't take responsibility for taking clients for site visitation. We do that for you at no extra cost on your part, for free. Some clients have asked us that how much do we need to pay you for taking us on site inspection, and we tell them it's 100% free. They don't need to pay us. Even if they are not buying the plot, they don't still need to pay us. So please, thank you for joining us. I'm going to tell us about the next broadcast, and please, if you have any question, let me know. You can send it to me. I'm so excited to have you here. Eke Okpara, you are welcome. Thank you for joining us all the same. We've started this broadcast since around after 8, and we are going to be bringing it to a close right now, except if we have any question. Thank you for joining this live broadcast. Please, for the sake of people that are just joining us, please remember the 3 basic fundamental principles, the universal law that you must engage to join the 1%, the law of attraction. We state that we bring into our life what we focus our mind on a consistent basis. Please focus your mind on what you want, not on what you are going through. And then the second principle is the principle of auto-suggestion. Always tell yourself what you want to see happen in your life. Don't rely on any other person to tell you what should come to pass in your life. Tell yourself what should come to pass in your life. I'm programmed for greatness. I'm success personified. I'm destined for exploits. I'm destined to impact my globe. You say big things to yourself. Don't bother yourself how it will come to pass. They will definitely come to pass at the appointed time. And the third principle is the law of mastermind. Bring into your inner caucus, into your inner circle, the people that are trustworthy, people that have your interest at heart, people that have strength in your own area of weaknesses, and they are ready to support you to ensure that you achieve greatness in life. So, and then understand why our real estate business has been 100% automated for you. We do free site visitation for all your prospective buyers, for all your clients, and why our landed property are selling very fast. They are located in a developing community, in a residential community. They are all accessible by all sorts of cars, and then we do instant physical allocation. And then upon completion of payment, you get your commission within 24 hours. Thank you for joining me on this live broadcast. I'm so excited to have you. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.